My name is Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and this past Christmas, I was told not to come home. The call came just 3 days before the holiday. I had just returned from an exhausting hospital shift, still smiling despite the fatigue, as I glanced at the packed bag by the door. Gifts were already wrapped for everyone, and I had even bought ingredients for the rosemary stuffing they loved so much, the same one they never seemed to remember I was the one who made. I'd treated myself to a new sweater too, a simple forest green one, soft, festive, not overdone, just right. When my phone buzzed and I saw my younger brother Ryan's name, I assumed it was the usual, maybe a request for extra napkins, or help arranging the carpool. But instead, his voice came through hesitant and oddly formal. "Hey," he began, "so, Olivia's coming this year. She's really big on, energy, how a room feels. And your job, well, it can bring a kind of heavy vibe. For her sake, maybe you should sit this one out. Nothing personal." He didn't explain what heavy meant. He didn't say, "You're a compassionate geriatric doctor who helps people die with dignity." No, to him, I was just a weight, something dampening his perfectly curated image. An hour later, my mother called, her voice soft and syrupy, like a lullaby covering a landmine. "Sweetheart," she cooed, "we're just trying to make things easier for everyone. You know how sensitive she is. If you come, it might confuse things. Honestly, if you show up, we might not answer the door." That was the moment it sank in. I wasn't just uninvited, I was unwanted. I didn't argue or cry. I simply said, "Okay," hung up, and opened my banking app. Mortgage support, paused. Car loan top-up, frozen. Family emergency fund, locked. 4 years, I had been their quiet safety net, their invisible support beam, but not anymore. I didn't post about it, didn't message anyone. I just withdrew, silently. And for once, that silence belonged to me. For most of my life, I believed their treatment of me was normal. I was just too serious, too focused, too much. Being the oldest meant I was the experiment, the trial run, as my father once joked while giving Ryan the bigger slice of cake. Ryan, the miracle baby, the golden child, charming, creative, endlessly celebrated. I was simply first. When Ryan drew on the living room walls with a permanent marker, it was artistic expression. When I accidentally broke a bowl setting the table, I was careless. His participation ribbons decorated the fridge for days, my straight A's were quietly tucked in a drawer. Even when I placed my perfect GPA letter on the counter, hoping someone might notice, no one did. When I got into medical school on my first try, my mom said, "Wow, that's intense. Just don't burn out." When Ryan dropped out for the 3rd time to chase creative direction, they threw him a party, balloons, cake, and a framed photo of him holding a paintbrush like he'd cured cancer. He was artsy. He felt deeply. I once found my own sketchbook in the recycling bin under grocery flyers. "Oh, we thought it was scrap paper," they said. But I kept moving forward. I graduated early, got licensed, and devoted my life to caring for the elderly, the forgotten ones, the ones no one visits. I gave them compassion, time, and dignity. At home, I gave just as much, fixing pipes, paying off repair bills, lending Ryan money when work fell through, never asking for repayment. But none of that mattered. To them, I was dependable, predictable, the one who always showed up and didn't complain. Until I didn't. There's a particular ache in being indispensable, but invisible. I had always been the fixer, the one who covered overdrafts before they were noticed, who paid for the new water heater in winter, who quietly booked Ryan's flight when he was too broke.